How's it going? My name is James, and welcome to my first movie pitch on my channel, Renaissance Media. So, I just reviewed Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, the new female Ghostbusters reboot that happened this year. I didn't love the movie when I saw it. There were some parts I liked, some parts I didn't like, but the biggest issue I had with it was the fact that it was very predictable. You saw this cast used in the dumbest way possible, and the lowest of the low of their comedic abilities. I know these women are smarter than that. I know Paul Feig is better than that, but they were used in the most lame, flat way possible, and I didn't love it. So after I saw the movie, I began thinking, like, what would I do? If I was in this position, what could I do to make it better? And then I just started thinking, and then this entire new world started building in my head, and then I wrote up an entire pitch for a sequel to Ghostbusters Answer the Call. And here it is. I don't know if like this I should be professional for this, like should put on like a fancy pants jacket. I'm gonna put on a jacket. Put on a fancy pants jacket. Make myself look like a sexy beast. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I'm seriously doing this on the fly right now. Oh, I haven't worn this in a long time. So like, is this how people like pitch movies? They like getting some decked out stuff like this? Do I look good right now? I think we're all set. I'm gonna unbutton this. So if you're an avid fan of the superhero movies or any sort of like big blockbuster drama, fun stuff like that, a pattern that has appeared a lot, especially with the superhero movies, is when someone becomes powerful, like Iron Man, for instance, someone comes to match it. Vision said this in Civil War, like the presence of power means the presence of conflict. Someone is rising to the occasion to challenge that. The best in the world will always be challenged. You know, when there's high power, there's high conflict as well. That seems to be a theme in like almost all movies. We saw it in Civil War, we saw it in Batman v Superman, and we've seen it in other movies as well that I can't think of right now. And my biggest issue with this movie was the cast. The cast is smart, funny women, but they were used in probably the worst way possible. And the cast itself put a lot of people away from watching this movie at all. It got me thinking, how could I make this movie better overall? And so I decided to add a second team of Ghostbusters, which includes Tessa Thompson, she was in Creed, Anna Kendrick, who I love, my future wife, hey, what's up, girl? Emma Stone, who's also fantastic, and then Brenda Song. It's been a while since we've seen her, and I want to see her again. She brings a nice energy. And then for their Chris Hemsworth in this case, I have either Tom Holland or Daniel Radcliffe. Directing this movie, I want it to be Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon has shown that he can do ensemble cast and still make a very fun, funny action movie. He did the first two Avenger movies. He's all about girl power. He did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and his universe and imagination is amazing, as we've seen with Firefly as well. Now let's get to actually what this movie's about. After the events that took place in New York, the Ghostbusters decided to release a book pretty much giving up all of their knowledge. Since the mayor and all that people decided to shuffle them down, they said, screw that, we're putting ourselves out there, I don't care. An eyewitness to the event, Emma Stone, saw all this happen. Now the media is telling them, oh, this never happened, but then this book comes out saying, yes, it did, and Emma Stone saw it herself. She witnessed the giant dude crashing, all that good stuff. She saw it, and she becomes inspired. She's a student at Cornell, and then she goes back with the book that was released, and this sparks her imagination, her creativity, her lust to see what's out there. She goes back to her friends who are also at Cornell. They're on their senior semester. Goes back to them. It's Tessa Thompson, Anna Kendrick, and Brenda Song. Goes back to them and is like, hey, let's do this. Let's also be Ghostbusters because it's a big problem. Let's tackle this. And they spend their entire senior semester creating new equipment, environmentally friendly equipment as well. So get all the good people behind them, right? So they decide to be Ghostbusters. And then at this point now we have a millennials versus an older generation now. Now everyone likes to talk shit on millennials. They're lazy, they don't do anything, all they do is sit around all day. But then you see in this movie, the millennials tackle the Ghostbusters from a different angle, or ghost busting from a different angle. They use better equipment. They use social media. So before they even are on the streets busting ghosts, they have this huge following because they're recording their capturing of ghosts. They're recording how they're making. They're recording their scientific findings. They become a bigger deal than the real Ghostbusters than before they even touch the streets. Then once they go on the scene, become a new ghost-busting business, they blow the Ghostbusters out of the water. And then once the Ghostbusters are almost eradicated, then a bigger paranormal threat appears onto the scene, and it requires both teams to go side by side to take it on. But the themes going behind this is pretty much showing millennials that we can get shit done. You know, and I hate to be all preachy like that, but it's just how it is. A lot of people like to talk shit on millennials. And this movie is going to pretty much show that backing millennials, like, yeah, you guys are, you know, old, been around, but we can play ball too. But then it's going to put the conflict of, you know, we can have all the shiny new tech, but experience is experience, and those things can clash, and then if you combine forces, better things can happen. Adding these young actors brings something magnetic to it. I love all of them and practically everything they do, and I want to see more of them. Adding them in this fun new Ghostbusters movie would be fantastic. A lot of them are really quippy and fun. I know Anna Kendrick and Emma Stone can really have good comedy chops, and Tessa Thompson can pretty much do anything. She's really magnetic in Creed. And then it's been a while since we've seen Brenda Song. Let's get her out of the shadows, get her on the big screen once again. And I think that'd be fantastic. Then adding a Team v Team Ghostbusting type dynamic is something we've never seen in the Ghostbusters universe. We've only had 3 Ghostbusters movies, one of which is actually good, actually great, and the other ones haven't been great. So adding a double team Ghostbusting is a really fun idea. You can see how both sides tackle busting ghosts. You can see one side really tackling it by gathering facts first and going. You can see another side just going in head first, and it's a really fun idea that we can see going versus each other, and then we can see where one team is strong, one team isn't strong, you know, all that good stuff. I think it's a really fun idea that could bring a new layer to the Ghostbusters universe. So if I'm going to sell this movie in just a handful of words, is adds a new team, a new very fun, energetic young team, a new layer to the Ghostbuster universe, and then a new director, which they need. Paul Feig is great, but this needs to be bigger and a little smarter and a little more action to it. This new one wasn't very action-packed, kind of lame, to be real. Didn't love the movie too much. Joss Whedon can level this franchise up without a doubt. And that's pretty much it. So, if any of these mouth noises made your ear holes do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more movie reviews, movie pitches, and other bullcrap from me. Thank you very much. Have a good guys' day. I don't know what that was.